On June 15, 1215, a document was sealed in a meadow at Runnymede, England, that would forever alter the course of history, the Magna Carta. Far from a spontaneous act of benevolence, this great charter emerged from a period of intense political turmoil, a desperate attempt by a beleaguered King John to placate rebellious barons and avert civil war. Yet, despite its specific origins as a peace treaty between a king and his disgruntled subjects, the principles enshrined within the Magna Carta transcended their immediate context, laying foundational stones for modern constitutional law, individual liberties, and the rule of law across the globe. King John's reign was marked by a series of unpopular decisions and military blunders. His heavy taxation to fund expensive and ultimately unsuccessful wars in France, coupled with his arbitrary actions, disregard for feudal law, and conflicts with the Church, pushed the English barons to their breaking point. United in their opposition, they marched on London, forcing John to negotiate. The result was the Magna Carta, a detailed list of 63 clauses outlining their demands. While many of these clauses addressed the specific grievances of the feudal elite, regulating scutage, a tax in lieu of military service, defining inheritance rights, and limiting the king's ability to seize property, several provisions possessed a far broader and more enduring significance. Perhaps the most famous and impactful is Clause 39, which states, "No free man shall be seized or imprisoned, or stripped of his rights or possessions, or outlawed or exiled, or deprived of his standing in any other way, nor will we proceed with force against him, or send others to do so, except by the lawful judgment of his equals, or by the law of the land." This clause is the progenitor of modern due process of law, and the right to a fair trial, establishing the fundamental principle that even the monarch is subject to legal constraints. Equally significant is Clause 40, "To no one will we sell, to no one deny or delay right or justice." This short but powerful statement enshrined the right to justice, preventing the king from selling judicial favors or delaying legal proceedings, a critical step towards an impartial judiciary. Furthermore, the Magna Carta introduced the concept of a council of 25 barons to ensure the king's compliance, an early precursor to parliamentary oversight and the idea of checks and balances on executive power. It is important to acknowledge that the Magna Carta was not initially a document for the common people. Its protections primarily extended to free men, a small percentage of the population at the time. Serfs, who constituted the vast majority, remained bound to the land and subject to their lords. Moreover, King John almost immediately repudiated the charter, leading to the First Barons' War. However, its reissuance by subsequent monarchs, albeit with modifications, solidified its place as a cornerstone of English law. Over centuries, the principles embedded within the Magna Carta were reinterpreted and expanded. English legal thinkers, parliamentarians, and revolutionaries repeatedly invoked its spirit in their struggles against arbitrary power. It inspired the Petition of Right, 1628, and the Bill of Rights, 1689, critical documents in the development of parliamentary supremacy and individual liberties in England. Beyond England, the influence of the Magna Carta resonated globally. It profoundly impacted the American founding fathers, who drew heavily on its concepts of due process, the rule of law, and limitations on executive power when drafting the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Many of the fundamental rights enshrined in the Fifth and Sixth Amendments, such as the right to a fair trial and protection against arbitrary arrest, can trace their lineage back to Runnymede. Similarly, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other international human rights instruments bear the indelible mark of this ancient charter. Today, the Magna Carta stands not merely as a historical relic, but as a living testament to the enduring struggle for justice, liberty, and accountable governance. Its original ink may have faded, and its language may seem archaic, but its core message, that no one, not even the most powerful ruler, is above the law, remains as relevant and powerful as it was over 8 centuries ago. It serves as a constant reminder of the vigilance required to protect and advance the fundamental rights and freedoms that underpin democratic societies worldwide.